button so that she will have something to share on Team Sparkle later. I'm going to begin with where I came from. I have been with Park Lane for about 1.5 years. I came from another jewelry company that closed its doors 1.5 years ago, right before COVID, or right as COVID began. And there were 3 really important things to me when I was looking for another company. I decided I really wanted to stay in the jewelry world. And having said that, I went out searching for a company that would meet my needs. I loved the company I was with. I was very disappointed when they closed, but there were 3 important factors. And the first one was, how much was I going to be paid? I was paid generously in my last company, and I wanted a compensation package that would not only be good for me, but would also attract other people to want to be in the business with me. I wanted to have a good product, something that was a quality product, but also something that had a great guarantee, because like we all know, even the best products can have issues. So I wanted a company that stood behind them and a great guarantee for my customers as well as for myself. I didn't want to have to incur a lot of extra expense. And then lastly, probably one of the most important things to me was the hostess plan, because I knew as a stylist that getting people to want to get their friends together, I was going to have a really great hostess plan, something that would get people to invite their friends and therefore push my business into outer reaches. Well, Park Lane filled not only those 3 qualifications for me, but many others that I'm going to discuss with you tonight. So our commission is 30 to 50%. And a lot of other companies in our industry begin at 20. And for most people, they stay at 20 because every month you start over. The really lucky thing about Park Lane is once you achieve a higher commission, you stay at that higher commission. And so the only place you can go is up. So it's not that constant up and down. And the other exciting part is, even as a brand new stylist with no experience coming in at 30%, we have a program in place that can give you a 5% raise really easily. And we always encourage our stylists and help them to achieve that second level that first level of leadership as soon as possible, because we want them making as much money as possible. In fact, several of the people that trained a lot of us said, we want to make sure that we keep your profits in your pocket. I love that. Isn't that a great concept?
Very good. Very good.
Very good. And they are always conscious of us as stylists, as well as the product they produce and the things that we have to offer. In terms of the product, our product is wonderful. It is a very high quality jewelry. They use a lot of natural stones and precious and semi-precious things. We are hypoallergenic. Our product does not contain nickel or lead. And so we love that about it. Plus, in addition to the quality product, we also have a 4-month guarantee. And I don't know anybody else that has a 4-month guarantee on a product that you can send it back for any reason. I don't like it. I ran over it with my car. My child pulled it off my neck. Whatever the reason is, I can send it back, get a replacement piece of the exact same item, or even a different piece if I just don't like it after wearing it for 3.5 months. They will replace it or exchange it absolutely free. And beyond that 4-month period, they will cover it with just a $10 fee plus shipping and tax. So they really stand behind their product. And I do know that returns only account for like 1%. So that's also a really comforting thing to me, knowing that we don't have a lot of issues with our jewelry and we take care of our customers. The third thing, and this is kind of an important thing, whenever I go somewhere, and especially when I was looking for a new career, I wanted to know how much I was going to make and how much it was going to cost me to get into this company. And a lot of times we do these presentations and we talk about all this stuff and we save that for the end. And I know for me, if someone's dragging me along and not telling me up front how much it's going to cost to get in, I'm already thinking it's going to cost too much. I'm not going to be able to afford it. So she's just trying to build me up, saying, oh, you've got to try this. You've got to want to be in. And then she's going to hit me with how much it is. So I thought I would start tonight by saying that to get into Park Lane Jewelry, we have 3 packages. And the first level package is our basic kit. and it is only $99. That kit not only gets you the ability to sell Park Lane and a fabulous website and back office for a year, it gets you $500 in jewelry that you get to select. Because remember, jewelry is a visual product. The best part of what we do is that we can wear it, and therefore we can sell it by just being out and about every day. Somebody compliments your necklace, your earrings, you can tell them what you do and who you do it for. Fabulous. And so for just $99, you can get in. And then when I tell you that whether it's $99 or our second package, which is probably our most popular, it's $229. It gives you $1,000 in jewelry that you also get to select. And then the top package is $439, and it gives you $2,000 in product to select. But no matter which level you come in at, we train you exactly the same. And so it really is in the hands of whoever's deciding to join Park Lane, which package they're going to buy, whether it's the first package because that's all you can afford, or perhaps you've decided that you do really most of your business online. We've really discovered that you don't need nearly as much business or nearly as much jewelry when we do our online presentations. So that's always a good deal. So no matter what level you come in at, it is very easy. And usually most people recoup their money in what we call their launch show. And that launch show is done by your stylist. In your case, Jenna, it would be done by Amanda.
Right.
By your guests and gather people. And she would be the one in charge. She would be the one sharing the business, talking about the jewelry, and hopefully booking shows for you beyond that. That's a really great thing. And most of our stylists recoup the investment they have made in that very first show. So when people talk about how much does it cost to get in, that's really the least of all of the things that you should be worried about, because we make it so affordable to get in. It's great. Probably one of the best things that we have going for us, we are all a part of something called Team Sparkle. And in Park Lane, there are stylists from all over the country, and each group has a direct line up to a certain person at the top. Well, one of our leaders is Jennifer Keller, and we are called Team Sparkle. And there are 800 to 900 of us, and we're all over the country, kind of like you guys on the East Coast. We're in the center of the country, and Jennifer is over on the West Coast, and we go north to south from Minnesota down to Texas and Florida. So we are all over. We are very strong. But the best thing about Team Sparkle and Park Lane is the trainings. We continually train. There is so much training out there, whether you relate to something that I train on, or Tina comes in and she does a special presentation, or your fearless leader, Amanda, is doing a presentation. Whoever you learn best from, it's all out there, and we all share explicitly. I don't have to be a graphic designer and know how to make all these great marketing things. And I see Amanda smiling. They are already done for us. And even you could go on our website and say, hey, can anybody do this for me? And in probably the next half hour, somebody has created something specifically for you. They are very generous, and we help each other in every way, whether it's finding a piece of jewelry, whether it's getting the right graphic for you, whether it's guiding you through a new system that's in place and Amanda's not available. We are always there for all of our stylists at some point during the day. And it's kind of nice to have several time zones, because if you're having trouble on the East Coast and it's kind of late, those people on the West Coast are probably up and in their prime time. So training is a really important part of what we do, and we do it weekly. We have so many things to reach out for the brand new stylist, for the stylist that just wants to shake it up a bit, for the stylist that wants to go back to basics. And for the new people that come in, we have programs in place. Jennifer is a very big believer in systems, and systems are what make the world go round. We call them that systems are sexy. So there's a system in place for just about everything that we do that makes it very easy to implement our business. Now, the things that I haven't talked about that are really crucial are the original owners of the company. Arthur and Shirley Levine started Park Lane Jewelry 67 years ago in Schaumburg, Illinois. That's incredible. 67 years. To be in business 67 years, especially in this day and age means that you have to have pivoted, you have to have grown and want to stay current. And they've done just that. But in addition to that, Arthur and Shirley believed in putting their money back into the company. So they never took more than 2% of the profits for themselves. Well, the second and third generation are now running the company. And they also believe that that was a very crucial part of the success of Park Lane. And they too have agreed to only take 2% of the business in their profits. So what happens to the other 98%? It gets put back into Park Lane where it matters most. And these are the things that we call our programs. We have programs for the stylists, which are crucial to us. We have programs in place for the hostess. That was that hostess plan that I talked about a moment ago. And we have things in place for our customer, the guarantee, the quality of jewelry, things of that nature. So wonderful. Our hostess plan, I kind of briefly talked about. Most of our hostesses get about $400 in free jewelry, in addition to half price items. They get to shop our sale categories without spending extra money. They get to buy our bonus items without spending extra money. So our hostesses are very well taken care of. And with the encouragement from their stylist, it's a really wonderful program that they offer us. Now, the programs that are in place for the stylists, I think is incredible. I don't know of another company that is as concentrated as Park Lane is about growing and helping the people who make this company run, and those are the stylists. We have something called a Rich Rewards program. And what that does for us, it gives us up to $1,000 every single month in free jewelry. So just by doing our day-to-day business, we are constantly earning and we're rewarded with free jewelry. Now, what does free jewelry mean in a company like this? It means that we can give away jewelry without having to dig into our pockets and come up with that. It takes it out of our profits. So tonight is necklace night, and you're going to be asked at the end of this to fill out a brief survey and send it in, and you'll be someone who will be eligible for a free necklace. Well, just a little secret, that free necklace is part of that RRC, so nobody's paying for it except Park Lane. It also enables us to build our samples. When you begin, people are always thinking that samples are a really critical part of what we do. And if I'm able to purchase samples by getting them free, because I've just simply done my business and been rewarded with Rich Rewards, it's also a very wonderful thing, keeping my profits in my pocket. And so we have different levels of RRC, and it's just wonderful. That's a great program. We all really love that. There are a few extra perks that you may not think about. We have travel trips, 2 trips a year. They used to be a sand trip, a beach vacation, and the other trip was Europe. COVID has kind of messed with that, so we've kind of only been doing beach vacations since then. Europe has been not too accessible, but I see in the very near future, they'll be headed back to Europe. And those are a wonderful way. Another perk to being a stylist is to be able to reach for those great travel perks. There's another perk. It's called our Mercedes car program. And to qualify for that, you will get basically a payment either for a Mercedes. They'll give you $700 for your Mercedes car payment. Or if you decide, I really don't want a Mercedes, I want to spend it on something else or a different kind of car,